I'm feeling a little sad today, but it's going to get a lot better with our guest, Jimmy G. The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Hi, all you smart and sexy people. How are you doing? I am super stoked to be here. We have Jimmy the Greek returning to us by popular demand. Everybody has loved Jimmy's episodes, so we brought him back again. And thank you for making time for us.
Oh, it's always a pleasure to be here, April.
I'm excited. So, hi, Ray.
Oh, hello. Sorry about
have to
that.
do sign language. You got quiet.
I hit the old mute gimmick. What's going on, guys?
I know. So today we're going to talk about how to, get some energy when you don't have any. You're dragging, you got nothing. Jimmy's going to tell us how to pull that energy up to keep going, and also how to deal with some grief and mourning. Additionally, we're going to kind of talk about this Bud Light thing going on. Like, I don't know if anybody actually drinks that before all of this, but we're going to touch on that and touch on some AI stuff going on that could be used for not good, and some of the things you should know. So those are a couple things we will talk about. I want to let you guys know that I couldn't even promote this because of the title. That's how bad it is. But Kill City Cup Wrestling is going to debut 4/20 tomorrow night. I think it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's been like a year and a half, 2 years in production. It's going to be like a high gloss type of thing. And I'll be on commentary tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. So if you want to watch that wrestling show, it will be on. And I kept trying to post. And because of they had kill in the title, Kill City Cup, my post just kept disappearing. So I'm just like, oh my God. Like back in the day, you could post anything and we didn't have violence. Now they watch everything that we say and we still have violence. It's not really working out, guys. So I just want to welcome everybody. Hi, Allie. Hi, cool, awesome dude. Alex, AB Twitch. Got to see him this weekend at the convention. Peter, Hitman, Colin, what's up? Who am I missing? Writer for Life. So Winona and Media M5. Thanks you guys for being here. Welcome to everybody coming in. So
should I get my joint?
Please do.
No, I can't. I'm not allowed to smoke in the house.
Sure you are. And War Demon, hi. So Jimmy, hi.
Hello. Always a pleasure to see you.
How the hell are you?
We're doing great here in Phoenix, Arizona today.
You said it was a chilly 95 degrees out there.
Exactly. This cool breeze makes it feel really nice.
There you go. So a lot of people know your credentials and they know where you're coming from because they've seen you before, but since you've been on, we're now available like on Apple Podcasts and Spotify and Podbean. So for those listening who may not have heard you or are not yet familiar with you, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Yes. I've been a massage therapist for 23 years, an educator in the massage field, and also author for Massage Magazine, as well as write for the national certification exam for my field. So it's been a lot of fun to work with trauma patients and patients who have been experiencing grief, as well as anxiety related to that. So my practice has gone into the energy work field, also a Reiki master as well. So it's been really fun to add all those components in to help people in need.
That's awesome.
They real quick, they have these really cool massage places in New York City with these little they have small hands. What happened? What are you laughing at, April?
Nothing.
I'm sure they're really talented.
You leave those places with tons of energy. I swear to you.
Sure, they're very
talented. I'm very happy at that ending.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Colin worked there for some time, by the way.
Yeah. No, but you teach. You are a trainer. You teach all of these things, and you have awards for it.
It's been a pleasure to teach around the nation. In fact, I actually was inducted into the Massage Hall of Fame, which blew me away back in 2018. I felt just very blessed to be able to have that. And certainly, I see someone chatting about cranial sacral therapy. Certainly, one of my loves as well. I think it's really healthy to kind of understand that the nervous system is something we work with in our healing arts. So whether it's massage or Reiki or cranial sacral or reflexology, we're trying to calm the nervous nervous system. At the same time, we also want to enhance energy in the body.
I need some of that living here in New York City.
Indeed.
That's amazing. So yeah, there's so much that I think we don't realize we can do.
Yeah.
So one of the things we talked about, because there's so many things that you can teach us. I don't even know how to pick a topic.
There's a lot of aspects of this, right?
Yeah. So one of the things, and a lot of people, if you guys have something you want to ask, please put it in the chat.
I was telling Jimmy off air. I said ever since 2020, I've had tons of low energy days. Due to dealing with stress and turning on the TV and seeing all this murder and everything that happened in Chicago and all this craziness. Like, how does that affect this? And how do we, like, do you have any like things that maybe, things that we can do on our own?
Yeah, because a lot of us are like self-employed and have to keep going no matter what. You got kids, you got family. And it's like, honestly, by part of the day, it's just like, oh my God, I just want to sit in front of Netflix and do nothing and be left the fuck alone and not do my messages and shut up, leave me alone, leave me alone. So like, how do you rearrange yourself?
Yes, and I mean there's so many ways to go with that answer, and I think it's really healthy to start with the idea of really finding balance. I'm in a similar position as you are, April. Just a lot of self entrepreneurship. I got checked like 15 different sites to get messages from. It's overwhelming.
What is up with all the inboxes, right? We used to have one.
Yes,
now there's so many inboxes. It's like, oh my God.
Yes. How do we funnel it all into one? That's why my phone gets burned up every day, right?
Yes.
So I just feel like, ultimately, I know we're all trying to find balance, right? We're all trying to find balance, and balance is really key. And I think a big crux of balance is self-love. Like, I know we're going to go into a lot of ideas here pretty soon, but I think ultimately self-love is that ultimate thing that really helps someone to be that catalyst to make the choices, to employ the choices. Because we can give a lot of answers, here's what to do. But if I love myself, then I'll actually do it. So a lot of
Isn't that also called discipline?
Yes. If I have discipline, that's one form of self-love. Yes. Great point.
It's probably the highest form of self-love.
Agreed. That's why it's not easy. Certainly, it's not easy to love ourselves. But in fact, I was just talking to another friend of mine today who, again, going through a pretty bad breakup and such. And I just kind of talked to her about, don't forget how lovable you are. Lovable. She is lovable. We're all lovable human beings. We're all beautiful beings of light. Even you, Ray, beautiful being of light, man. You are.
I don't know.
So we are that. And I hope that people don't forget who we are. In my classes here in Phoenix, I often say things like, we're more than flesh and bone and fascia. We're more than our muscles and bones, right? We're more than just that. We are spirits and souls. And there's a story that brought us here. So the more that I can employ self-love, the more that I can really truly love myself, then I can start to really make those choices that honor the spirit and soul that does reside within me.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Okay, I like that. Let me welcome all the people that are coming in to listen to you now. We got some new ones, Sportsmaster and Jameer. Hey, happy birthday to you. We got, let's see, who else came in there late? Oh, Eva, hi. Who am I missing? We've got some new people coming in here late. So thank you.
Waving to Eva.
Yeah, we've got Jimmy the Greek here again from Popular Demand, teaching us how to handle life and how to control our bodies. So when we think things are out of control, that's something I noticed too, right? Okay, so when life seems like it's out of control, like say you're not happy at work, and your kids are acting up, and you got money problems, or things are falling apart at the house, and just shit's fucked basically all around you. The two things that I've found that help is that I can control my own responses and reactions, and that when I can control my body. So for me, that means making sure I work out no matter what, get into the gym, get some kind of workout. Because if I have like a set schedule and a regimen and I'm getting a workout every day, I feel like when I'm in control, other things fall into line as well. Because it's like that, you have that energy that helps.
Yeah, so true.
So and this too, when you learn how to breathe and control yourself and work with your own energy, it helps, I think, with everything around you when you start to spiral in other ways too.
It's so true. And remembering that we can't control everything out there. And we know we can read a whole lot on social media. We sure do. I know that at the end of the day, I can only control what I can control, which is myself, my little corner of the universe right here in this vessel. Mm-hmm. So I recognize that the positive self-talk will help me a lot too. That if I start to feel like really off kilter in life and, oh my gosh, 100 messages, can I get back to them all today? I'm not sure. I just kind of remind myself positive self-talk matters. I was like really giving my body positive attention and saying to myself how much I love myself. That I'm feeling very blessed and acknowledging how blessed I am to be healthy. Acknowledging the blessings of life. And, health is a weird word. I mean, what does health really mean? There's all kinds of aspects of health we can mention here. So I think gratitude for our bodies and gratitude for our life and our health will be, I think, a good first step. But then going into the positive self-talk, and that means that we kind of fake it till we make it. That's okay too.
Yeah, because someone is asking what to define positive.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So positive doesn't always have to mean like I'm going to pump myself up artificially. It could just simply mean I'm grateful. I am grateful. I'm setting a positive intention that I am grateful for my body. I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for all that I can do. I think that lends to creating a healthy life of balance when I can show gratitude. And that may be an exercise that we play. In fact, every day I try to text at least 3 people just out of the blue I haven't talked to a while, just to say hi and see how you're doing and maybe share something positive with them. I think a lot of people need that, especially the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people have been kind of in a shell or just went within, internal. And a lot of people need a little assistance in breaking themselves out of those confinements.
Yeah, I'll actually pick up the phone and call people. They seem shocked to hear a voice at the end there, and they're like, "Hello." I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" It's like, you get them on the phone. They're like, start talking for an hour, but even Ray will be shocked if I call him. He's like, "What's wrong? Is anything wrong?"
That's weird. Well, Jimmy, the other day, I think what was like 2 or 3 episodes, me and April talking about this woman that she was like close to 100 years old or whatever, and her daughter was, recording her. Saying, hey, grandma, why are you always so happy? And you use the word that I think we underestimate, and it's being grateful. Every day is a blessing that you get up and you're able to move around. And even if you can't move the way you want to move, you still have a day that you're breathing and have the opportunity to smile and love and even be angry. I mean, but you have that opportunity and to be grateful, to be alive. Be grateful to be sitting here and talking to you guys and having our beautiful chat and everything. I think it's a very positive thing. Don't you agree?
Indeed, every day above ground's a good day. That's right, for sure.
Right.
For sure. And I'm speaking from a perspective where I probably shouldn't even be alive today with all the stupid shit I did when I was in my 20s. I can tell you those stories off there for sure. But certainly, there's just been a lot of learning curve in my life, and I hope that people, as they hear me, I hope that they can hold compassionate space for themselves, because I know I've gone through a big learning curve in life. I didn't come out in the world already knowing how to be balanced and make healthy choices. I had to learn the hard way.
Don't we all?
Hard way how to make healthy choices. So maybe I shouldn't be alive, but I am. So I'm grateful for that. Yeah. And I just really want people to be able to hold a compassionate space for themselves, recognizing that we're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to have our imperfections and such. Even if we think we got it, we think we learned it, there's going to come a day when we feel like, no, we don't. What the hell am I doing? I don't know anything. So we're going to have those ebbs and flows, right? So we have to just hold a compassionate space for ourselves, just like we would hold for someone else if they were going through, their learning curve of life.
I have a question after you jump in, April. It's very.
I was just going to say, it's always interesting how we will be so kind to other people and forgive them, but we're so hard on ourselves, and that can be exhausting, Yeah.
This leads into my question. So I'm the type of person that I take a lot on myself. I take my mom's problems, I take my son's problems, I take my wife's problems, I take my friend's problems, and I tend to never deal with my own problems. And I'm so focused on everybody else's problems it starts to, remember I told you the low energy?
Mhm.
It starts to affect me physically. What is that
Yes.
about? And how
And
do we,
you can even get anxiety if somebody
oh,
else has it.
trust me.
It's
Yeah.
transferable because it's an energy,
So,
especially if you're close to them.
so what, what would you suggest for a guy like me who I'm a giver? All right. My wife loves that, by the way. But, I'm a giver. I love to give. I love to love, but I don't know if I necessarily am loving myself enough right now.
Yeah. Well, I think we need to recognize the where is that coming from? The taking on other people's stuff in life. Could that possibly be? And again, I'm not going to play psychiatrist with you, but I am just going to invite a question that I want you to think about anytime in the future, whenever you feel like it. Could it be that taking on other people's stuff? Could that be a trauma response? Could that be a response of trauma experience early in life, and now I'll deal with other people's stuff before I feel ready to deal with my own? Could be a possibility for some
Like a
people.
procrastination.
In a sense, I'll deal with my own stuff later, but to satisfy my own ego brain, I'll make sure I still do something of purpose. But that can be an interesting trauma response that you can always delve in with a licensed counselor, licensed psychologist, anyone of that nature, to really delve into the why we do what we do mentally. And I've just noticed many times people will have that kind of procrastination thought process, like I'll deal with my stuff later, maybe later, 10 years, 20 years later. But for now, I feel confident that I can help you in your stuff. So I'll just do that.
The Ray Donovan situation.
Interesting. Interesting.
I'll just I won't focus on myself until maybe I feel ready. But it becomes a distraction. We have a lot of distractions.
Yeah.
Of course, anything we're addicted to can become a distraction.
Yeah.
So maybe even it could come into many times helping other people could be that what feeds my dopamine response. And maybe I need to take a step back. So to answer your question more directly, Ray, maybe you just need a time away from the stuff, guaranteeing yourself an hour away from the world. Where that means we have to get up earlier to get away from the house or go away from the house at night, whatever it takes, just to make sure you have a half hour or an hour just for yourself, just so you can be with your own self and your own thoughts and really engaging in your thoughts too.
Yeah, I think meditation is my mother is she's a prayer. My mother takes an hour a day just to pray and meditate every single day. And I see that work for her. And I've always wondered how to incorporate that. So maybe that's something to think about. Maybe the chat can think about that. What about you, April?
I was going to say, what do you do when you have limited energy? Like I'm getting older, and I've set myself up in such a situation where I work a lot, and I have like 3 different career paths, more and more, plus a house to run, and everything. Something's always going wrong with this house because it's older. And then, of course, the dogs, getting to the gym, anything. So there's a lot to handle.
A lot of boob flexing.
A lot of boob flexing, right?
Yeah,
This takes up some time.
So,
and by the way, thank you to somebody sent bits earlier. I appreciate it.
Boobies.
Titties for biddies. Thank
Boobies.
you. So when I did all of this, it seemed like a great idea. But as I'm getting older, my energy is getting tighter. My window is tighter and tighter. No, my window's like this. And it's like, I have this much to write, like I just did an outline for 2 seasons of TV, and now we've got revisions, and I've got, the candles and soaps. I've got to set up appearances for whatever I'm doing. I've got the websites to update. I've got just a bunch of things and just this much energy, and then 15 inboxes. How do you, and then of course, trying to maintain a social life and everything else. And the phone is always interrupting me all fucking day long. People want something all the time. It's like, whether it's, can you do this for me? Are you available for this? It's just want. It's exhausting. And I feel like I spend so much time trying to figure things out or say no. I'm tired. And I know I can't be, because I think I can't be alone in that.
No.
So I think a lot of self-employed deal with that, and a lot of people who work deal with babysitting.
Yes.
So they're taking on extra hours. They're working on their nights and their weekends, and now they're babysitting all the people around them who don't want to work. So, and We have more people coming in. Hello, hello. Hi, Steve. So it's like, how do you kind of protect your energy or get energy when you don't have any? Do you have, like, I've seen people like do like certain breathing tips, like it, I'm not doing cocaine. Like I probably should do cocaine.
Don't do cocaine.
But they'll do like like one side of their nose like brings energy in, or like what the fuck can we do besides the strongest Cuban coffee out there?
That's right. So
and some cocaine.
Yeah, a few thoughts came to mind.
I'm kidding. I can't afford that.
Just the wacky tobacco. We'll see. Could be. One thing that comes to mind is boundaries are beautiful. Boundaries are beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful there. Yeah. Love that. Boundaries are beautiful, April. They are beautiful. And so oftentimes we can maybe feel like we're in a position in life where we have to make a certain amount of money. There's that, reality of life. Okay, I got to make my bills and such. But I think that in the end of the day, we think about boundaries. Boundaries are beautiful. And remember that. No is a complete sentence. And we maybe don't have to justify the no. Sometimes we can maybe that can be an exercise that you practice, April, and just saying the word no, not having to explain the no.
I say no all the time. It's just like I feel like a dick. And honestly, sometimes I say no so much it almost like is a disadvantage to me. Like,
is there a fear around no? Like, am I gonna lose?
No, I mean, like people contact me for photo shoots and like, are you available on this date or that date or whatever? And I'm just tired. I just don't feel like getting back to them, and then I forget. I'm that person that I have to have everything out in front of me, every note, everything I have, like my every, like if you look at my kitchen, there are notes everywhere. It's like fucking memento in here because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind for me. And if I don't get to it right now, if I don't say it right now, if I don't do it right now, it will be gone forever in 10 minutes. Okay.
So I think you already have a good sense of boundaries then. I think it'd be really good to have energizing stones in every room of your house, whether that means 2 in each room, 4 in each room, around your bed, whatever it is. It's good to have.
Are these cocaine stones?
Energizing stones. You can put whatever you want inside them.
How about just a cocaine bear around your house?
Right? Yes.
Ride them around. I'm sorry.
A cocaine bear virtual assistant.
There you go. That's your $1 million idea right there. But I think citrine is a great stone. Citrine.
I do have that everywhere.
Good. Tiger's eye would be a great stone to have nearby. Yellow topaz would be awesome to have nearby. Carnelian would be excellent because carnelian is said to be the power stone in Chinese medicine.
Okay.
So I think those are going to be your top 4: citrine, yellow topaz, carnelian, and tiger's eye. But again, I think any stone is going to be a kind of nice representation of a concentration of energy. So you can kind of make sure that you have it nearby in areas where you need to be energized. I have one right there on my bedstand just to make sure I've got energy in the bedroom, just to make sure that when I wake up, I feel awesome. Like I just have mental energy. I can have whatever energy I need. Okay? So I think it's going to be really helpful. Someone was asking in the group chat about vagus nerve stimulation.
Yeah, that's my buddy MV Hitman 73.
Yeah. So can I teach you that? Can I teach you that?
Yeah, please.
Yes. So what I would do is I would actually teach this to some clients who are having low energy to explain the vagus nerve briefly. The vagus nerve stems from the base of the brain, very, very deep to the base of the brain. It runs all the way down, all the way to the pelvic floor. So it does contact all the major organs of the body. So it is a very important nerve. Vagus means wandering. So it wanders through the body and contacts every nerve. So we can actually do some vagus nerve stimulation in the neck area. So if I were to, say, find that big strap-like muscle, they call it the sternocleidomastoid muscle, the big strap muscle. If you turn your head, you might see it pop out there.
Oh, yeah.
Do I have to move the fat over? Or?
A little bit, just a little bit there. Yes, just work it, and you'll feel that strap
right here.
It's like a giant strap on the front of your neck. Right. I would find the midpoint of that. So from the midpoint, it comes down to that clavicle collarbone all the way to behind the ear. So behind the ear to your collarbone, let's go about halfway.
Does it matter what side?
Both sides. You can do this on both sides, but usually one side at a time. one side at a time. Yep.
I'm getting turned on, by the way. Go ahead.
And then usually you're kind of by the voice box. So usually if you kind of feel the voice box come just to the side, you'll be on that strap-like muscle. You're about halfway along. Technically, this is an acupressure.
I don't know where my voice box is. Like this thing?
Your la 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 la.
Okay.
There you go. Yes. So
that's something I never think about, you know?
Yes. That's why it's called the larynx. So it's the la 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 larynx.
Okay.
Yep. Yes. From there, I'm going to now kind of hook my fingers so I'm on the inside of that muscle. So if this was the muscle, I'll kind of hook my finger so I'm on the inside of it. Inside of the muscle. So you're more in the center of your body. And I'm going to now, with a very light touch, very, very light touch, only use my finger pads, not my tips, because I'm not trying to choke myself out. No self-shanking. No. Just use the finger pads and just try to move that muscle to the side a little bit, just a tiny bit of movements.
That's weird.
Maybe like a 1/4 inch movement, 1/2 inch at the most. Just a tiny bit of movement. You're trying to move the muscle to the side, just a 1/4 inch, using just the finger pads.
Okay.
If you have longer nails, maybe a little bit more difficult.
I don't. I'm a writer. I got nothing.
That's right. So we can just move that muscle. And now with the muscle moved to the side slightly, we just give a little pressure and move our fingers up and down, up and down.
Why do I not know about this?
I will send you more about it tomorrow then.
Okay.
The vagus nerve is fascinating.
That's crazy.
And
I've never even heard. I've heard of the vagus nerve, but I've never.
So now we start in the middle of the muscle to be safe. Now I want to move up along that strap about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch, not very far. And I'll do the same motion again. Pull the muscle to the side, give some small up and down movements.
Am I doing this right?
Good. Yep, looks good. Looks good there.
Not enough poop, April. Not enough poop.
Sorry.
The neck looks great. Neck looks great. Yes, your neck looks
much better now.
Pristine, April. Your neck looks pristine. That's a word I wish we used more often. Pristine.
Pristine. I use it actually. I put my hair back.
Now we can again move up the muscle another inch or so, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch.
That's what she said.
Move that strap muscle, and then we'll try it again. Moving up and down.
Now we're going right in front of it, right?
Right, in the direct front of that muscle, because that vagus nerve does run very, very to the midline of the body. They say medial, midline.
Should you feel it like in your feet?
You can feel
That's crazy.
Anywhere in your body. Some people in the room right now are probably feeling some interesting sensations.
Yeah,
it's okay. Whatever you feel is right. So once you eventually get to the ear level, you can still feel a little bit of the muscle. It gets really bunchy up by the ear. So you might feel like you're giving yourself almost like a self-massage there. But again, just trying to push the muscle a little more backwards to the side. Again, just that simple motion, up and down, up and down. Good. And of course, once you eventually get to the top, you would eventually work your way all the way down to the bottom here. And you can try it on both sides. I would say it takes about 10 minutes for the average person to go through both.
All right. I don't know if MV Hitman is flirting with me, or is he telling me the right thing here? Start humming and deep humming.
You know, humming is a wonderful way to self-calm, self-soothe. If you close your eyes and actually make yourself look like a bumblebee, like with your hands over your eyes, and do a deep humming motion like a bumblebee would make, it actually can be really relaxing too. If I were to bring my hands over my eyes and give a
that's what the monks do, right?
Yes,
it is actually. I like it.
Yes, indeed. If we did that,
now you're peaking. You can't peak, April.
What?
She's like,
she would never cheat. No, I believe April would never cheat.
Okay.
Would, no.
All right.
I see the halo over her head. She would never cheat. I know. So
that's awesome, dude.
I think it's really great to do that vagus nerve stimulation every day. And I think I think the
Good.
stones idea is a really good idea too. When it comes to stones, good to have, sacred stones, on your body. I see. Are you wearing turquoise there? What are you wearing there, April?
No, I don't know what it is.
Is it onyx?
It's something. I found it at a Comic-Con actually.
It's adorable. Is
yeah,
what it is.
It was like naturey leaves.
It's
and stuff.
pretty.
So
wonderful.
Thank you, Jameer.
So again, I think it's really healthy to recognize, where we are as far as balance. And again, this can certainly help. Breath work certainly does help. But as far as, energy, I feel like foods is really good to make mention of here. Foods that can help, boost energy in general, or herbs that can boost energy in general. I've got some foods.
Like what?
I'm thinking about like tofu and soybeans, even though soybeans may have some estrogen content.
Keep talking. I'll be right back.
Yeah, soybeans can be a good option for some people. Tofu can be a good option for some people. Even tempeh can be really good for some people. But beans as well, just general beans like your chickpeas, black-eyed peas, lima beans, kidney beans. That'd be a really good source of food as well that can help boost iron. All the foods I'm listing here are going to generally boost your iron content.
What about fruit? You had any fruit, or maybe like a chocolate cake? Does that help?
Kind of. If you add some cashews or pine nuts, perhaps.
Really?
Perhaps. You probably would definitely add some hemp seed, flax seeds, sesame seeds, pumpkin seeds. I think that would be an excellent choice as well. As far as the more fruit options, prune juice. You can drink that at any age. Prune juice is an excellent choice at any age. Even olives. Olives would be a great call. Any sort of olives, especially the Kalamata, Greek Kalamata black olives. Excellent choice there.
Greeks invented olives.
We did. We invented everything, right? We invented whole grains. We invented
Greeks invented egg rolls.
We did indeed, right? And
sushi.
That's right. And then, of course, oats and quinoa would be an excellent choice. Coconut milk would be a really good choice, too. All these foods I'm listing are going to increase your iron content of your blood.
And
your blood needs iron to carry the oxygen that you need.
What about taking an iron supplement? I also take it, believe it or not, it's a Pennsylvania thing, liverwurst. So liverwurst has iron. So I'll make sure to eat a piece a day, but I'll also take an iron supplement too.
Yes. And I think supplementation can be really good. I would try a supplement and try it for 2 weeks and see if there's a difference in your body. If you feel a difference, awesome. It's a good supplement for you. Yeah. If you don't feel no difference, try something else.
Okay.
Yeah, very good, very good. So I think avocados. I see someone putting avocados there in the chat. Watermelon juice. I think those could be good options as well. Again, foods that will increase iron content will increase the oxygen flow in your blood, and that's what you need, of course, to keep your body as energized as possible. I do have to make mention about what we consume in our body. We know the liver has to be able to break down, process foods, drugs, anything that we put in our body. So right off the bat, a liver cleanse might be the best thing for many people.
Oh, what's that involve?
Oh, let's see. A good liver cleanse could involve, certainly we want to contact a true nutritionalist to get the best recipes for anyone, but ginger is often used. Ginger, like ginger root to make a tea. Even the ginger with sushi would be a good idea there. Yeah. Stevia is good for your liver in general. Stevia, the sweetener.
Yeah.
Papaya would be awesome, as well as mango. Excellent for liver health.
It's all stuff I eat every day.
Yes. Oh, very good. Very good. That's why you're forever young, right?
There you go.
Yes, but milk thistle seed too. Milk thistle seed, excellent for the liver health as well. And so I think it's really healthy to make mention of this, because the average person may have grown up in such a way to not be so kind to the liver, whether it be prescription drugs or other kinds of drugs, or just general foods that we consume, alcohol and galore. So I think it's really healthy to recognize some of us are already starting with a liver that's lacking in function. That may be why some ideas don't work for some people. So I would recommend a liver cleanse right off the bat. Just cleanse that liver. There's something called the master cleanse in Chinese medicine. That would be a really good option for some people to try. It's pretty intense. I wouldn't try it if you know you have a really busy day tomorrow. I wouldn't go do it today. It is pretty intense. So I definitely want people to know if you're going to try these cleanses, make sure, of course, if there's a health condition that you have, consult a doctor first before you try any new big change in your health routine. Because sometimes when you really shock the liver, you can really start to impact the other organs a lot. So again, as long as the liver is clean, a lot of these other ideas can work even better.
So hi to Chuck, who just joined us. Hi to everybody else coming in late. So
indeed.
Yeah, a liver cleanse. Okay, didn't even think about
a liver
that.
cleanse. And again, a kidney cleanse might be good. So for all the peeps out there that are enjoying a Red Bull, a Rockstar, a Monster drink, we know that the kidneys get negatively impacted there, that impacts the heart, and the liver and heart connections don't quite work as well. So I would say to bolster energy, the last thing you want to consume is the Red Bulls Rockstars, even though I know it's sold under that guise. Actually, it's one of the worst things for us.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also,
They used
Bud
to be
Light, I hear.
illegal.
Bud Light shrinks your testicles, from what I heard.
I believe. I don't know, but I believe.
Heard that. Anyway.
Yeah, I remember the Red Bulls were illegal in parts of Europe. So
they're so bad.
Yeah, I don't drink them.
Yo, can I tell you straight up?
If you spend any time in Europe or Japan and you see what's illegal in other countries, then you come back here and see what's common. It's like, I don't think we should be eating that because they've outlawed that in places where they have universal health care. Mm-hmm. And where you have universal health care, you have an active interest in preventing disease. Mm-hmm. So if they're saying don't eat this or don't drink that, and we have a for-profit healthcare where we're just like, yeah, sure, eat that, drink that, take that injection. It's like, I think I'm going to go with what the Europeans are saying. So
and there's the bottom line: for-profit versus not.
Mm-hmm.
What's that other energy drink? The Monster energy drink.
Yeah, I don't drink any energy drinks at all.
Dude, I had a Monster one time, and I felt like my heart was going to explode. It was terrible. Never again.
Probably isn't the vaccine. It's probably all the energy drinks.
Yeah, no.
all the above. I should mention that I personally think the number one way to increase energy would be to exercise more. Move your body every single day. And it doesn't mean you have to join a gym if that's a concern for price or whatnot. Or if you don't know what to do at the gym, you don't have to join a gym. Just simply moving your body every day is so important to, one, clear out your lymphatic system, which your lymphatic system is that system that is ultimately responsible for waste management. Mm-hmm. So we've got to be able to get the waste out of our body, because we're going to feel like crap if we have a lot of waste stuck in our bodies. We feel like Napoleon Dynamite every day if we've always had waste stuck in our bodies. So we need to get rid of that waste. But two, we know that movement is going to improve bone health. And something that's taught in anatomy class, I'm not sure it's taught anywhere else, is your blood cells are made in your bone marrow. In your bone marrow, literally. And did you know, April, that by age 30, the average American, the average sedentary person, the red marrow starts turning yellow at age 30?
I did not know that.
So the red marrow...
So that is the plasma, right?
Yeah, it's where it would make all your blood cells, your red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. It starts to turn yellow, and yellow would imply fat cells. So fat cells now replace the marrow. So by the age of 40 or 45, the average sedentary person might have a lot more yellow marrow in their bones, a lot less red, and they're wondering why they have no energy. So right off the bat, trying to just move your body every day, especially if you're in your 30s or 40s. Let's keep the red marrow red as long as we can, right? Mm-hmm. Keep it red, because that's where your blood cells are made. So that's why, I'm 45, but I still feel like I'm 35. I can still bring it in life. And it's because I make sure I move my body every day, whether it's 10 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, whatever it is. If I got to wake up at 4:30 just to ensure that time, I'll make sure I do that.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of you. Just move every day. It doesn't matter. I don't care how old you are. You could be 100. Move every day. So I love there's a guy, Joseph Pilates, which a lot of people know about Pilates.
Pilates.
So yes, Joseph Pilates made workouts for people. There were people that were in hospitals and they were bedbound and they really needed to get moving, but they couldn't because they were in bed, but they needed to get strength to get out of bed, but they were in a hospital bed. So, you know what I mean? It's like you need the car to get to work. You need work to get a car. We're in that situation. So he came up with workouts that you could do literally in bed, in a chair, on the floor, to strengthen all your core, to strengthen your muscles. You don't have to put your shoes on. You don't have to get up and move around. It is so simple. You can lay there and do the workout. You can sit there and do the workout. Now, I always tell people, if you're injured, if you are not able to move a whole lot, if you're sedentary and you're if you're not used to moving a lot, look up Pilates and see if you can find something, or even chair yoga too is another one.
Indeed.
And you can get going with that too.
And very simple exercises. Those are simple 5 minutes in your bed.
Yeah, and they're just using your own movement, your own body weight.
That's right.
So, yeah.
And if wherever you live, if you know a good massage therapist, I was going to throw this in there at some point. A good massage therapist is always a good idea, because a good, deep tissue massage is equivalent to a 1 hour exercise.
Is it really?
It is, yes, physiologically on the body.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So if people are around your area, where would they find you?
Oh, through my website, advancedmassagece.com. My practice is full, though, so it's kind of fun to say that.
Right.
Fun to say that. But certainly, I do a lot of education, but also still have my hands on people, just because I want to keep my skills sharp at all times. And I just feel like, again, we can offer healing to the world through the power of touch. And it doesn't only have to be a massage. It can be a lot of other body work modalities, like stretching, like cranial sacral therapy, like Reiki. So there's a lot of different modalities that we can put movement upon the body as well. Also, yoga. Do you like yoga by Adriene by chance?
I don't think I'm familiar with it. I have a love-hate relationship with yoga. Like, I love it, depending on the type, but I also hate it.
Looking like a true yogi then. But Yoga by Adriene, she offers her own YouTube channel. It's called Yoga by Adriene. And you'll know it's her when you see Benji the dog. She has like a golden retriever.
Okay, I definitely don't know hers.
She's really great. And Benji joins too. And Yoga by Adriene, she does a lot of 15-minute, 10-minute videos, really short and sweet, but gives you some good quick things. And I mean, if it takes the average person 10 minutes to look up all their Facebook messages, get back to a few people, we know we have 10 minutes to do some movement exercise, right?
I like that 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm big into 10-minute increments, 15-minute increments.
That's how I live my life. I live my life in 10 minutes. Can I get like 2 messages in 10 minutes, right? I think a lot of people may feel like they got kind of stuck in a certain lifestyle. And please know that we don't want to hold judgment with ourselves. Like, I'm not trying to come across preachy. I hope I'm not. I'm just wanting, hopefully people can come and just kind of see themselves in a way where, maybe all these ideas don't work, maybe one will. Like, not every idea will work, but one will. And if I just try it for just 10 minutes a day, even just 5 minutes to start, get to 10 minutes, that's a big victory. And you should celebrate those victories. Buy yourself ice cream, buy yourself whatever you want, because those little victories, they do matter.
They do. They do. And hello, Fred. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead. Sorry.
Can we mention maybe a few other perhaps herbs that might be of interest?
Yes. Say whatever you think will work. This is your day. You do it.
I think it's very healthy to make mention that sexual health also matters too.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
We do need to make mention. I mean, physical health, mental health, emotional health, sexual health is also tied into that. So I do want to list out maybe a few herbs that would help in that regard too, if you're okay with that topic.
Oh, yes, definitely.
There you go, indeed. So certainly want to make sure I mention a few, just because a lot of people will find that if they find themselves feeling more confident in that manner, then maybe they'll have the energy boost too that will extrapolate to other parts of their life. So ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba, we know it's good for memory, but it's also great for all other aspects of self too. So ginkgo biloba is a wonderful one to try.
Okay.
Damiana leaf.
Okay.
Damiana leaf, more from like Central South America region of the world. You can make that into a nice tea or tincture. And Damiana leaf can be a wonderful booster in that realm too. Of course, we have ashwagandha.
I take that. Yeah.
Yes, me too. And certainly,
what is that?
It's an herb.
It is they joke around, call it the bipolar herb, because it lifts you up, it elevates your mood, gives you energy, but it also helps you sleep. Helps you sleep better.
Indeed, yes.
So,
It's a member of the pepper family, truly. So it more warms your body as well. More warms your body. And so that warming effect can really start to increase blood flow in any parts of your body, anywhere in your body, including the brain. And we know the brain is actually the best sex organ on earth. But yeah, indeed. Let's see, a couple others I want to make mention. There's one called horny goat weed.
I wrote that one down. I wrote a few of them down. I was going to run them by you, but
that's my favorite named herb.
I know, right?
It's awesome.
There's also saw palmetto. Saw palmetto is a wonderful one to try.
It also makes your hair thick, saw palmetto. And for men, it protects their prostate.
Yes, indeed. I was hoping you noticed that, the hair going on. Yohimbe. Yohimbe comes from a tree, a kind of bark-like herb from a bark in Africa, African-based. Yohimbe is wonderful too. And I'm trying to think if there's any others here. Just general, I want to give you a couple general vitamins and minerals. Vitamin E. Vitamin E is known to help enhance the body in any ways, including with sexual health too, as well as magnesium.
Okay.
Magnesium has been very well known to help harmonize other androgens and estrogens in the body. So a lot of people may just have a regular magnesium deficiency, and it's hard to get good amounts of magnesium in the typical American diet.
Yeah.
In that
chocolate
diet. Yes, I have.
They say if you crave a lot of chocolate, you should start taking magnesium.
Yes.
So it can help offset that craving.
Good call. Yes, dark chocolate, that 90% cacao is what I love. But even just good old, just fashioned nuts and seeds of any type, any nuts, Brazilian, macadamian, whatever kind of nuts you like, those have good, healthy amounts of magnesium in it. So I definitely recommend those as well.
Someone was asking about fenugreek and pineapple.
Oh, yes. Fenugreek can be a wonderful kind of general kind of calming for the nervous system. It's a very powerful as far as calming the nerves, and that is very potent as well. Yes. Pineapple. Pineapple is interesting here. I've heard a few things about pineapple.
Yeah, I have too, but I'm not sure it's in relation to. Yeah, somebody asked, do you believe the ashwagandha helps with sperm count and the male reproductive system?
I've heard positive reports about that. Yes, reports about that. Yep.
Wait a second, pineapple. You guys are gross.
And
I know what you're talking about.
I've also heard about maca and dim for sexual health and for just overall turning back time with maca energy.
Yes, yeah, maca root is wonderful, and we just want to make mention that we're bringing up the topic of sexual health because ultimately sexual health is a reflection of energy. Other aspects of health, right?
Yeah. Sexual health it brings energy.
It really does, right? And that was the whole idea of what the Tantra was teaching many thousands of years ago. Tantra isn't just about sexual practices; it's about holistic practices to raise energy in the body in general. So if someone does want to go down the esoteric route and look up the tantric arts, you'll find a lot down that rabbit hole too. Just don't be surprised if it's not 1,000 pages just on sex.
I actually bought that class. I haven't started it yet, but it's one of the many classes that I bought and not started. So.
Oh, there you go. Right, you must be a part Gemini like me. I've got 5 books I've written. I'm on chapter 2 of each.
Exactly. So I know you have to go by a certain point, so I don't want to make you late. But and Allie says I'm going to eat ashwagandha and have unprotected sex with every hot woman I see. Oh, you do that, Allie. Let us know how it works out for you. And Chuck says, hang on, where did you go? Have you heard anything about cinnamon? I read an article about helping control blood sugar. Yes, I actually have to. Yeah, it's
cinnamon's wonderful. I add cinnamon to my spaghetti. I know my kids look at me all funny that I do that, but I do add cinnamon to anything that is going to be a high carb meal to help control that.
Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't think. See, I add fats to carbs and sugars because if you add a fat in, it slows the absorption of the sugar.
Good point. Excellent point. And our pancreas can only handle like so many carbs at once.
Yeah.
So way to protect your pancreas too.
But I like that. I might start adding the cinnamon in. So go ahead.
I think I'll share a few more like just general lifestyle ideas if I may.
Yes, please do.
because we already certainly talked about exercise. I think exercise is probably the number one answer I would give. I would also think about avoiding smoking if at all possible. I mean, certainly if we are smoking, no matter what it is, regular or wacky, if we can find a means to help at least curtail or slow down that habit, that would behoove us, because again, ultimately smoking robs the body of oxygen, and we need oxygen to keep that iron content going in our body and keep our energy levels high. So ultimately
so edibles instead.
Hey, there you are. Good call. There. Like that. Also, sleeping. As long as we're getting 7 hours of sleep, the National Sleep Foundation recommends 7 hours for the average adult. Maybe 9 or 10 is too much for the average adult. You can get too much sleep. So if you find yourself going beyond 8 hours, let's think about not sleeping that long. You probably will find that too much sleep is detrimental.
Okay.
And then think about like your GI foods. You definitely want to make sure you kind of keep your GI or glycemic index a little bit lower, which means that your lower GI foods are going to be more like your whole grain foods and your healthy oils like olive oil, your high fiber vegetables, such as your broccoli and your cauliflower, your coniferous vegetables. Consuming more of those would be really healthy too, to have that low GI.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, Alex, I think avoiding secondhand smoke is just as important, because that also robs you of oxygen.
So. Agreed there. And in the last thing I'll say is kind of it's easier said than done with what I'm about to say here. Lightening our load. Easier said than done, I know, because certainly we have a lot of things we have to do. So then that comes down to, again, what we said before.
Saying no.
Boundaries are beautiful, but also reaching out for support. And I bet, I'm a betting man. I bet that if people reached out to family and friends more often, they might be surprised how many people are actually willing to help them. I think that people will be pleasantly surprised. I hope I'm right for everyone. I'm sorry if I'm not, but I really think that finding a network, if our family isn't going to be there for us, reaching out, finding another tribe to join. But I really feel like at some point we can only handle so much on our plate, and we have to delegate or just say no. Yeah. So is there an opportunity at work to talk to your boss about anything we can delegate away or take away from your workload? Again, if you are in private practice, like we are entrepreneurs, is there a way we can maybe streamline some efforts? Is there a way we can maybe take something off our plate that maybe isn't as essential to the bottom line? We want to do a whole lot, and I'm someone who has a hard time saying no in life, April. I had to learn no is a complete sentence. It's hard for me to say no, but in the end of the day, I think it's really healthy to recognize that saying no is really a form of self-love.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I always think boundaries are like, it's like boundaries and discipline is the highest show of self-love you can give yourself.
So when I work a long shift with my wife and I come home, my wife wants to jump my bones. No, telling her no is cool.
You can say whatever you want to say. It's all about your mood, man.
She will hit me.
It's all about the mood, right? It's all about the mood, indeed.
Jimmy, you don't understand. She'll fucking cut me, dude.
Oh, I hear you. I'm married. I understand. I get that one for sure. Yes, indeed. Right.
Making sure, man.
So, go ahead.
Well, I just want to think about, again, it's kind of like a final kind of tying it all together here. I mentioned something about self-love. Mm-hmm. And actually, I would love for everyone, if I may run everyone through kind of a quick meditation.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
That'd be okay?
Sure.
So I want us all to close our eyes, and I want us all to slow down our breathing. As we slow down our breathing, I want you to inhale, fill the belly slowly, and exhale, fill the belly, empty the belly. We fill on the inhale, and we empty on the exhale. But as we do this, we do it slowly, filling on the inhale and empty on the exhale. And as we are sitting in this quiet space, I want us to think about ourselves at age 8. Imagine yourself at age 8. This is you at your essence. I want you to think about what made you happy at age 8. What made you smile? What made you feel joyful? What made you feel happy? And take a moment to really recall, see those things vividly. And I want you to do more of this in your life. No matter what age we are now, who you were at age 8 is your truest self. And what made you happy then will be the best answer to how we can enhance joy and energy in our life today. So how did that feel, Ray and April? How did that feel to engage in that thought?
That was the age my parents got divorced.
Okay.
So I was trying to remember like how it was. So yeah. I remember candy made me happy.
Indeed. Candy. We can get that for you. Yes.
8, huh? That's interesting.
You want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I literally envision myself, my father on the couch, and me sitting down watching WWF Superstars on TV, and us just sitting down watching it together.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I envisioned my dad too. He was reaching into like a candy jar and giving me like this I don't know, it's all like a candy cane stick.
That's cool.
Right on. What is your favorite candy, April?
What it is now is not what it was.
Okay, yes, indeed. What was it back then?
Really anything with sugar. I was not particular.
Sounds good.
Banana Laffy Taffy. Well, that one has stayed tried and true.
Yes, indeed. So I just think it's really healthy to remember the idea of self-love. And who we were at age 8 is our truest aspects of ourselves. And over the years, we learn a lot of, things get piled on us. Do this, be this kind of person, be this way, talk this way, act this way, be sexy this way, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, once we strip away all that labeling and all that stuff, who are you really? You are really that 8-year-old version of yourself. So I hope that we'll all make a choice to bring more joy and love in our life, and adding more of that in will help us with self-love. And then I know with more self-love, you will make the choices to bring more health and balance in your life.
Yeah, and Cool Awesome Dude says all this talk about candy makes me want chocolate. Well, you should have some magnesium.
Indeed. So, awesome. I loved being here today, April. I loved it.
Yeah, thank you so much for coming back. I know we didn't get to talk too much about everything, but I hope you'll come back.
And, always. The answer is always yes for you.
Yay. Thank you.
We're not ending the show. I'm just playing the music off. I'm just playing Jimmy off to our theme song. Jimmy,
thank you so much.
Where can we find you on social media one more time?
Oh, yes. AdvancedMassageCE.com.
Okay. You got
and do I get to do a peck flex though before I leave? Can I do that?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yes, please. Okay. All right. You've been practicing, huh?
I'm trying to do like a Lex Luthor 1991 style. Here we go.
You're gonna fly away, dude.
What are you doing exactly? I don't know what that is. You're gonna hurt yourself.
I think so. I'm gonna pull a muscle again.
There you go. Exactly.
Thank you, Jimmy. You were absolutely incredible, man.
Thank you so much, beautiful souls. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Give your kids and the pupster a hug.
Will do. Mr. Muggsy loves you too. Right on.
Be well.
Muggsy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Take care, buddy. Oh, that was awesome. Jimmy's great.
Yeah, he has the sweetest dog. He's got a Frenchie in a wheelchair.
Okay.
And yeah. So, and the Chowney Man has joined us. Hello.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, did you guys do what?
Hold on one second, April. I'm gonna say this once, okay?
Okay.
I run the show for you. Be respectful to our guest and be respectful to each other.
Mm-hmm.
I blocked somebody here permanently. I gave that person multiple chances, and that person is not only blocked on Twitch, blocked on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be an asshole. Okay? That's all I have to say. You can joke around. People say the craziest things. It's cool. But when you start disrespecting the guest, it's too much. And
we ran into that last week too, with some disrespectful comment, and one of our other viewers kind of commented back pretty quickly. But
if you guys are mods, if there are any mods there, please feel free. If you feel that somebody's being absolutely disrespectful, but during the show, I have to apologize. So during the show, I'm texting back and forth with Colin. I'm like, dude, I need to access the Twitch because I gotta block this piece of garbage that is just nasty and really pissing me off. And he wasn't pissing me off because he was hurting my feelings, but he's going at our friends here. He's going at our guests, saying stupid things, non-constructive. This is supposed to be a place where we can all, you know, be at least a little constructive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to take up that much time of a show.
No. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Talk about that. But you had a couple of times before we talk about this piss water behind me.
Now, gosh, what were we gonna? I'm blanking. But yes, thank you for being respectful to each other, respectful to the guests. So even if you, excuse me, it's like permanent allergies here in Florida. Even if you don't necessarily agree with what people say, being respectful is important.
Yeah, there's a way you can just, you know, disagree with even the guests, but don't just say stupid garbage. It's too much.
Yeah.
Anyways, Red Sunny just gave you some cheers. It just pissed me off after all that nice breathing.
So yeah, I saw it, and thank you for handling that.
So it's done. It's done.
So there's an AI. We were dealing with a lot of AI, and I watched a very fascinating program on it last night. Since I really don't understand it, I still don't understand it on a level that is anywhere near where I probably should understand it, but I'm trying to, because I know it's something that we need to know. You know, AI is like fire. It can be used to burn your house down. It can be used to warm you, basically. But there is a race, basically, with all the companies to create the most advanced AI. And what they are creating now is something called Gollum AI. So,
like my precious.
Yeah, basically.
No, I can't do the voice.
So this is pretty advanced AI, and the AI is teaching itself things at a very fast level. So it's something to be aware of. And one of the things that's happening is that people are figuring out how to use this to take advantage of other people. So one of the scams that is happening now is because you can clone somebody's voice using AI, here's what happened. Okay. So your family might receive a phone call from somebody that sounds just like you, or you might receive a phone call from your kid, your mother, saying that they've been in an accident, they've got a DUI, they're in jail, they need $3,000.
That's fucking scary.
It sounds just like them. So this is what AI can do. And of course, you're going to send the $3,000 because you think it's your kid, you think it's your mom, they think it's you. So this is something you have to be aware of. This is something your family needs to be aware of, your friends need to be aware of. And what they're suggesting is that you have a safe word or a memory. Always confirm these safe words or these memories before you send any money to anybody, ever. If somebody asks you for money and it's a family member or a friend. So, you know, somebody does that and it's like, hey, where's the last place we hung out? What's the last movie we saw together? What did we call each other when we were 8 years old, kind of thing?
That's smart.
So, yeah.
I really like that. I really like that idea.
Yeah. For me, I would use a memory because I can't forget that, you know.
So what do you think they do? Do you think they maybe they go on Google, try to find, because you know you can do like those Speakio searches or whatever, and you can find, you know, who, just for like, I think like $1, you can find out where the person lives. You can find, don't go looking for somebody, by the way. You can find out their family members. It's like really easy to find. I guess they would call a family member, use a recording device of some sort to emulate the voice. They're doing that, just so you know, April. For us wrestling fans that grew up, they have there's this guy, well, he was an announcer and he was also a famous wrestler named Gorilla Monsoon. I'm sure you know who that is.
Gorilla Position.
The Gorilla, right.
It was named after him.
Exactly. So Gorilla Monsoon is very popular. Do you know that he has a podcast right now with Dave Meltzer, but it's not them. somebody took their voices, and the AI is able to put together an actual conversation between Gorilla Monsoon, Dave Meltzer, and whichever wrestler that's passed away or anything like that, and they'll joke about each other and they'll talk about current events now. Have you heard that?
I have not. That's both amazing and freaky at the same time.
Colin, if you're still here, if you can link me to one of the to what, like one of those clips or something like that, we can. Yeah, see, Winona, she says she just heard of that recently.
So
it's insane.
I'm curious. So here's something that's really interesting. 50% of AI developers, researchers and developers, of 50% of them, 10% of them feel that AI will destroy humanity. Okay, so if you like I said in the video I was watching, if you translate that to flights, and you get on a flight and somebody says, okay, there's a 10% chance this flight is going to crash and everybody on it's going to die, would you still do it?
It's a good question.
You know,
that's a good question. How do I get this link copy? Colin texted to me.
But I don't think I would do it. So the thing is, not only is a lot of the stuff not being deployed responsibly, but you have people that were so irresponsible during COVID with all of that stuff lying to us, putting out false information, manipulating us. And now these are the people who are in charge of AI. And they're racing each other with Microsoft and Apple and Google and everything else to make the most complex AI so they can militarize it and turn it into a weapon. And every country's doing it.
That's insane.
Think about this, because everybody wants the perfect soldier. Everybody wants the perfect weapon, right? So we have to think about these things when we sit there and go, oh, ChatGPT is so great.
Is it? I'm gonna try to play this for you real quick.
Okay.
You ready for this?
People are just sitting there feeding it all their information, feeding it everything. And I'm telling you, if you look at all our little bit of rights being stripped away, bit by bit by bit, it's all in they tell you it's because of convenience. It's easier for you. It's for your safety. It's for your convenience. You guys need to understand something. Regardless of the era, our forefathers were so intelligent because they lived through so much that they wrote a constitution with the foresight, other than the 3/5 thing. Okay, the 3/5 thing was a big fuck up. But they wrote a constitution to protect us from our government. Okay. And the first and second thing they put in there was free speech and the right to bear arms. And the right to bear arms is not guaranteeing that you can have a gun. It's guaranteeing that nobody can take your motherfucking gun. The tyranny cannot take your gun. So don't be stupid.
Don't be stupid.
And give up these rights.
Please don't be stupid.
Yes, don't, because when you give them up, you're helping to give them up for everybody. And don't be stupid and fall for manipulation with all of the government, because the government would absolutely love to disarm us. They would love nothing more than that. There's a reason why America is one of the only countries that hasn't had a dictator yet. So don't be stupid and fall for all of the divide and the misinformation, because sorry, but the U.S. government is the biggest proprietor of misinformation that is out there. So they are. So they make CNN and Fox News look like.
All right, April.
So,
I'm dying to play this. Listen,
guys.
Play
it.
This is a guy that's when the gorilla died. Do you remember?
Oh gosh, long ago.
Over
And
10
we've been doing. Hi, Jack. Welcome.
What's up, Jack? So this is Gorilla Monsoon, WWE Hall of Famer. If he had a podcast today using his voice, I'm going to try to play this here, see if it freaking comes out.
Hanging from rafters. It's called hyperbole, for crying out loud. Katie really wasn't barring the door for a Pier 6er either, dickhead. Give me a big fucking break. Vince Russo, thank you for joining us. My first question
He's not on the show.
What the fuck were you thinking? Beaver cleavage? Give me a break.
Let me explain, Gorilla Bro. Gino, Jim Cornette thought that Chaz looked like Beaver Cleaver. Okay, bro?
Oh, please get a life, would you? and I'm not your bro. There seems to be some misconception that I hated doing the Philadelphia Spectrum shows with Dick Graham.
Just so you know, none of these people are on this podcast. Vince Russo is not on this podcast. This is just his voice, almost done, about another 20 seconds.
I didn't hate it. Dick was a nice enough guy. Couldn't find his ass with two hands, but that's a different story. Gene, be honest. What was with all the while you were announcing? Sounded like you got your pecker caught on the table.
Well, Gino, it was actually my package.
Yeah, your package. It looks like
Mean Gene Oakland, who passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, a couple
somebody
years
missed
ago.
a delivery somewhere. Shipment came up short. A lot of people ask me why I'm so obsessed with the fingers being locked. I'll tell you, in all my years in the squared circle, I never once saw the hold work without the fingers locked. You need to cut off the circulation around the deltoids and the clavicle so it can be lights out. So yeah, I care about the fingers. We should all care about the fucking fingers. And when you left, Brain, I don't think commentary was ever quite the same again.
Yeah, and you had to find someone else to lose your shoes with at the craps table.
Give me a break, you piece
Bobby the Brain Heenan, who's been dead for almost 10 years.
of work.
Hey, that's what Stan Lane told me.
Oh, please, Stan Lane, he wouldn't know a craps table if it bit him on the dick. Well, that'll do it for this week. Be sure to tune in next time when I talk about the time Charlie Min was hired. Lasted about as long as the brain at Johnny V's house, huh? And as always, will you stop?
How fucking crazy is that?
That's
Gorilla
so
Monsoon,
wild.
Vince Russo, Bobby the Brain Heenan. I think Dave Meltzer was in there. None of those guys, except for obviously, you know.
Well, Meltzer's still alive.
Well, Meltzer, well, not inside, but inside, but Meltzer,
Sorry.
fuck you, dude. Nah, I'm kidding. But how fucking so Gorilla Monsoon is the one hosting the show. Sounds better when you listen to it on the actual.
Yeah.
It blows me away. Thanks, Colin, by the way, for sending me that link. Wow. So you don't think they just had these people just feeding off of each other, or these AIs feeding off of each other, making fun of each other, cursing as if it were today. Right. You don't think they can imitate grandma's or Uncle Steve's voice? Grandma, I'm locked up in jail. Here's an account. I need you to send $3,000 so I can bail myself out.
Oh yeah, totally.
What the fuck?
So yeah, we're gonna have to get smart, man, about a lot of things. And unfortunately, it seems like we're getting dumber and dumber and dumber. We fall for manipulation. Like, whoo, nobody does their own research. Nobody looks anything up. Nobody dives deeper. Nobody goes deeper than one layer with anything. Studies show who paid for the studies. Who paid for the studies? Who is the parent company of the person who did or the company who did the studies? Or who runs this company? So nobody digs deep, you know what I'm saying? So nobody, it's going to be, people are going to lose their entire fortunes. What do you see?
In fucking incredible.
It's just trying to, our group, our viewers, let's try not to be, those, one of them.
Did that not just like totally bug you out though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
That's why we do this show, to let people know.
In fucking incredible.
See,
what else?
You come away from here and you learn things, right?
Oh, I guess. My goodness.
So you are sitting in a Budweiser cooler.
Allegedly, yes.
Yeah. What's up with that?
If you notice, everything's all fully stocked. So here's the deal, guys. If you guys have been living under a rock, if you didn't know, Budweiser had sent a commemorative can and had signed a deal with this young man by the name of Dylan Mulvaney, who now identifies as a woman. And here's the deal. I want to see if I say this right. So Dylan is an actor. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I'm so angry about this is because I do feel there are people out there that genuinely want to transition, that genuinely, don't feel like themselves, or they want to go through the sex change, so on and so forth, or just feel like, I think this is all bullshit. I think this is all clout chasing, to be honest with you. An attention getter, somebody who had a YouTube channel that was popular at one time and started to fail, and then decided to become, let me see what it's like to be a woman. And that kind of caught on, and it caught on fire. And then he appeared on Ellen, dancing, and then he appeared, and it's just more and more. And then Budweiser decided to put his face on the can and pay the kid, also along with Nike, who
and tampons,
and Tampax, and all these companies that are not giving these jobs, these life-changing jobs, to actual females. You know what I'm saying? This is what upsets me. So Budweiser had been on absolute radio silence ever since this happened, because the last time they had tweeted, they were like, oh shit, this ain't going well, you know? So I'm going to share a screenshot of their last tweet really quickly.
Okay.
And they came out of the woodworks. They kind of like, you know, that when you just kind of peek out to see if everything's okay, right? Oh,
and everybody started throwing hot dogs at them like the Philadelphia fans were doing.
Oh, it did not go well. So let's take a look at this tweet by Bud Light. It says TGIF, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you know what it is to be ratioed? Bud Light was the number one selling beer in the country. I think even the world. Period.
Mm-hmm.
People were drinking this shit like crazy. So this had 11.4 million views. Now, when you say ratios, out of 11.4 million views, interactions, so on and so forth, only about under 5,000 people actually like this. The rest is all terribly negative.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna put myself over real quick. Mm-hmm. So I sent out a tweet. Did you see this tweet, April?
I might have.
Okay,
oh yes, I did.
So I couldn't believe how much traction this shit got. 249,000 views.
Wow.
Almost 3,000 likes, 145 retweets, so on and so forth. This idiot texted me. He or she tweeted me. With the heterosexual.
Yeah, and by the way, if you put cis in front of woman or man, there's something wrong with you. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. Nobody do that.
Oh, look. He or she tweeted back. So I says, what does my post have to do with being straight or gay? Because it doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. Now, this person, I guess, is kind of like apologizing that I was making a joke or something like that. But neither here nor there. I wanted to put up some quick stats just to show you. And there's a reason behind why I'm so upset about this and why I'm so passionate about this. This has nothing to do with somebody doing whatever the hell they want to do. If you want to dress like a woman, if you feel like you are a woman, live your own life, do your thing, man. Hey, live your best life. But what happens is with these major companies, they want to cling on to a very small portion of society, and they want to push that narrative on us. We've discussed this several times, April. Well, This backfired terribly. I'm going to actually put this up really quickly. So over the last couple of weeks, it says here, Bud Light update. It says Anheuser-Busch had 132 billion market cap as of 4/12. It is now down to 125.73 billion, which means Bud Light boycott has shaved off $6.65 billion. Mm. When you guys do not agree with something, I don't believe in the fact that our words don't matter. As you see here, look, it says right here, it says this tweet right here. I was saving this. Talk to a Bud Light beer salesman in the store today. Long story short, this tweet basically says that he hadn't seen such non-movement in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So now this is another one here where it shows, all of the Bud Light and basically all the other beer is empty. Everybody's buying up all the other beer. Coors Light stock has risen. Surges 9% after the backlash of Bud Light's Dylan Mulvaney campaign. And if you look at these numbers really quickly, look at the numbers between the ages of 40 and 64, which is that's the main demographic that most beer brands reach. Mm-hmm. And if you see here, they've lost a significant amount of sales because they want to perpetuate or push this person who again,
that was my issue. It's like, what were they thinking with marketing? Like,
I don't get it.
That's not their market. Like sorry, I'm pulling the shade. Mm-hmm. Like okay, go on. And then
oh no. So just number one, it's dumb business. It's not smart
That's
business.
it. That's dumb business.
Now we had this.
I feel these corporations are using.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't care about trans people.
Mm-hmm.
They're using this person. They're using and you know what? You can't blame this person, Dylan. I'll call her she because that's what she wants to be identified as.
Fine.
She's just making a paycheck like anybody else would. She's probably just like, oh my God, somebody's paying me to do this. And quite honestly, I've seen the commercials. They're cute and funny. So I can't blame her for taking the cash.
April, I'm going to fight you on this, and I'll tell you why I don't think it's cute and funny. I think it's fucking disrespectful to women. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, because there's not one woman that I know, seriously, that's not under the age of 12 that acts the way he does.
No, that's true. They don't act that way.
He acts like an adolescent child. And you know, I was thinking something the other day. Day 365. Let's celebrate day 365 by sending this 1-year-old girl a beer. Think about it.
No,
he's only been a girl for 365 days. Only makes him 1 year old. So now you're gonna have this little girl promote your shit. Bullshit.
Like Hitman says, it comes across as a theatrical experience. Yeah, I'll give you that, no doubt.
It's disrespectful.
I'm not terribly offended by it, is what I'm saying. I'm just because honestly, most of the commercials I see are fucking stupid in general. So
of course,
I can't single one out more than the other. But what I'm saying is that these corporations who have jumped on the Dylan Mulvaney bandwagon, like Nike, like Tampax, come on, like trans women don't bleed, so they don't have the stuff to bleed. So why are we doing this? Why are we pretending?
But what if you say that? What if you say that to a trans person? That's the problem.
It's a fucking truth, okay?
Is it though? Not to them. That's the thing.
No, it is the fucking truth. You don't get a period. Why do you need to push tampons?
That's a great question. Because
you're not a representative of tampons. Now, a trans man would still get his period because he still has all his equipment if he hasn't fully transitioned. Thank you.
That's the whole. No, it's cool. It's the whole. That's the whole premise.
It's in here. I can't get it out here, but I'm tired. But yes. So people get their periods, but trans women do not.
Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, so then Nike jumps on the bandwagon. So I just feel like these corporations are jumping on the bandwagon to exploit and use these things. So I feel like they're using her. They're using the trans community.
Right.
They're using them because no one has talked about Budweiser and I don't know how long. They're using this. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about anybody. They're just trying to make some money.
And this is what pisses me off. They're
controversy equals cash, right?
Listen, they're using the trans community because I'm going to reiterate in saying that I believe there are good people out there who just don't feel like they're in the right body. That's fine. But this kid, I'm telling you, I was looking at a bunch of his old videos and stuff and trying to put some stuff together in my head. What I saw was I saw somebody who was starving for attention.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Instagram models.
This is mostly why a lot of people get into social media and blow up that way. But and not everybody, because there's certain people, like I'm going to use you, April. You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. You have all these things that go on for you. But you use your voice to try to make a fucking difference. This young lady, Dylan Mulvaney, okay, is using this platform to make himself or make herself rich, right? Off of it's woman face. It's like blackface, but it's woman face. That's what it is. God forbid. I say, as a Latino male, no, let's use Colin because that's my boy and Colin's a white man. Let's say Colin says, you know what, man?
He's Latino by marriage, though.
Yeah, well, by injection. Let's say Colin says, and I'm just using an example, Colin, that, I feel like I identify with the black culture. And he genuinely really loves the black culture. And he decides to go and just get
you're appropriating it.
Right. So why is it right for Dylan Mulvaney and Budweiser to perpetuate this bullshit upon ourselves when we know for a fact, I know for a fact, there's not any woman. When he took the beer can and he goes, "Hi, I'm Budweiser. I have a Budweiser here with my face on it to celebrate whatever sporting event this is. I don't know anything about sports, but let's drink beer and shit." Dude, stop it. Any woman that I know that's a beer drinker and knows sports knows what the fuck they're talking about. They know what the Big East tournament is, or they don't know what the NCAA tournament. They know what the deal is. Women aren't stupid airheads. He's coming across as a caricature. I can never say that word, but you know what I'm saying.
Caricature,
right? Of a bimbo, dim-witted idiot of a little girl, not even a woman.
Mm-hmm.
It infuriates me, dude. It infuriates me so much, and it tastes like sweet fucking honey to see the fact that we together, we've stopped. Well, I'm gonna say myself have stopped buying this product, and don't be fooled. Anheuser-Busch owns multiple. They own Corona.
They own Dasani water too.
Yeah, man. Yo, listen. All you gotta do is do a Google search, Rachel.
Yeah,
Rachel.
I get it all the time. I get Rachel, Angel.
Yeah, sorry, April.
Yeah.
Do yourself a favor. If you really don't want to support this, there's plenty of other people. Listen, Coors Light's really fucking good. I'm not telling you what to drink. Yingling is one of the oldest breweries in the country.
That's a Pennsylvania brand.
They're going nationwide now. And this should, I hope this teaches, and I'll end with this. I hope this teaches, and I've been talking too much, but I hope this teaches these fucking big companies a lesson. You have to respect the people that are paying the money to keep your brand afloat. Because if you don't, then we stop buying your shit. And guess what? You will go broke. That's why you go woke, you go broke. It's been happening with Disney. It's been happening with all these, with Lucasfilms. It's been happening with freaking, the Marvel, the MKU, the Marvel Universe. And people are pissed off because the Super Mario Brothers cartoon is blowing everybody out of the water. You know why? Because in that cartoon, there was no fucking race swapping. There was no fucking Princess Peach wasn't, not that I have a problem with lesbians. You love each other. But Princess Peach didn't turn lesbian. You know, Mario and Luigi weren't dating each other.
Yeah, they kept it real.
Right, they just kept it straight. It's something we grew up with.
That's what you do. That's what you do. It's
God damn it.
You stop bastardizing our memories. Yeah, it's funny. I can't stand hypocrisy. So I see like a group of people freaking out about like Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben's, but this they're okay with. It's like
artist tells me Disney ain't going broke. Brother, do your research, my friend. I love we go back and forth. Me and
down here in Florida, like DeSantis, I think is pushing his luck with Disney at this point. Like at this point, I think he should kind of stop because he's
what's going on with that?
He wants to build a prison right next to Disney.
No, why would he do that? That's kind of being a dick.
That's what I'm saying. He's now making it personal. He also rolled back abortion to 6 weeks. He has allowed insurance companies to go up almost double or triple because the insurance companies here are now making everybody buy flood insurance.
Yeah.
Not even though we specifically live outside of flood zones on purpose to avoid it. Now they're making us all buy flood insurance. Citizens is the first one, but they're all going to do it. And he has approved another rate increase for power companies. So this is our second rate increase of 10 to 14%, depending on the county you're in this year. So think about that. If your bill is $350, a 14% increase on that every month. So for the second time this year. So it's getting to where I don't know what's going on. Like don't get me wrong, big fan of what DeSantis has done during COVID.
Right.
But at this point,
going too far.
He's starting to be very right.
He's pushing too far.
Very right. He was moderate. Now he's getting very right, and he's starting to hurt the people a lot.
He's pushing too far.
Yeah, he is pushing too hard. He's going very corporate now with all the money and the getting involved, and yeah.
I am not a fan of abortion. This is me. This is the way I think. This is the way I would. These are my morals.
Yeah, as the artist says, 6 weeks. It gives you maybe a week if you can catch it on time, because a lot of people don't even know they're pregnant until after 6 weeks. This state. It makes me so mad. Florida had one of the most liberal abortion policies.
Right.
In the United States, is 15 weeks. That's a lot. The average is 12. So the entire Sun Belt rolled back to 6 weeks. We were the only one left where anybody could go. And now we just rolled. And he did it in the middle of the night on a Sunday.
I got to clarify this before I get canceled. I'm not a fan of abortion, but I've always been a fan of the fact that if you live in this country, you pay your taxes, you vote, you have a goddamn right to do what you want as long as you're not hurting anyone else. And as long as you are, I hate to say it, not hurting yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now here's the thing. People will put over it. Now, I'm a huge opponent of opening these drug using safe houses. That's a little over the board. You know they have those things, right, April? That you can go and use illegal drugs in these. That's fucking stupid. See, I disagree with that. Now, when it comes to abortion, it's a totally different thing. Because unfortunately, if you can't do it in a safe place, you're gonna find a way to do it, and this is where it gets dangerous.
If you look at the crime rates that this country had before abortion was legal, they were steadily increasing dramatically. If you look at the history of Roe versus Wade, 1 in 12 pregnancies were ending in death. And that was because of abortion, usually through septicemia, because women were doing it to themselves. And they were often women that already had too many children and couldn't afford any more.
Right.
So what happened was the religious coalition got together, and this was the Catholics, the Protestants, and the Jewish. They got together, and they were tired of young girls dying on their doorsteps, and they pushed Roe versus Wade through. So they were the ones. It's funny to see that the religious people are the heaviest proponents of it now, because they were the ones that put it through and got it passed. So it's hilarious to me how many people don't know their actual history. But the crime rate was going up and up and up because women were having babies that nobody wanted to take care of, nobody could afford. And these kids, once they become teenagers, they're running out on the streets. They're breaking into cars. They're breaking into houses. They're doing whatever because the mother's like, I can't deal with it. So, and that's what's going to happen again.
I think.
Oh, and 15 years after Roe versus Wade passed in the 80s, crime rates dropped and kept dropping and kept dropping and kept dropping.
I don't know. I think the moral of the story here, because I could talk about this for hours when it comes to people pushing certain agendas on us and stuff like that. And I know a lot of you guys may say, oh, well, these big companies will never bow down or whatever. Listen, I don't think that's true. I think that if enough people are unhappy with a product and you guys do not support the product, eventually, guess what's going to happen? The product's going to go under. And I'll use this fact. If you guys are wrestling fans, there were two major companies back in the 90s. It was WWE and it was WCW. WCW was, in fact, the #1 company for almost a year and a half, with the biggest stars making the most money. They had Jay Leno there wrestling, and they had all these famous basketball players, Dennis Rodman, and all these guys. It was the biggest company. People thought WWE was going to go under, but what happened? They started putting out a product that the fans found they started getting tired of, and they didn't agree with the way they were booking the shows and stuff like that. So what happened? The fans stopped watching, and this multi-million-dollar company, the biggest wrestling company in the world, is now no longer in existence. It is possible. I say, don't believe that your voice doesn't matter. I say, if you really do believe in something, and you guys all get together and you work hard enough and you really push through, and you really show that company that you are not happy with what they're doing,
vote with your dollars.
with your dollars, with your voice, use social media for the right things.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole like the asshole I had to block here, just spewing out fucking dumb shit. Go out there and say something constructive and positive and smart.
Yeah. And by the way, I would like to state that I'm generally pro-life, believe it or not, but I would never try to make somebody else believe the things that I believe, as you can probably tell by all the animals and stuff that I rescue all the time. But I would never try and make somebody else's choice for them, because I don't live their life and I don't have their financial situation, and that's just that's just none of my business.
And
Live
don't
and let
ever
live.
and don't ever think two people with different ideologies can't get along. Because not for nothing, April, you're not a big fan of Christians. I was raised Christian, right? And I think
I'm
we get
not
along
religious.
but I think we get along pretty goddamn well.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with having constructive, even heated discussions, borderline arguments, but as long as you guys are not saying anything stupid. Do your research. Speak intelligently.
Mm-hmm.
Find out what's going. You may find out that you're wrong. Then when you get there, admit it and learn from it. Am I off?
No, I think having an open mind isn't willing to listen to somebody else and their opinion. I mean, it's a start, but having an open mind means willing to change your opinion based on the facts presented.
I like this. Support your own narrative, artist. He says it here. Support your own narrative and support your own product and boycott what you don't like. I like more choices, not less. I agree 1,000%. I need 6 days of wrestling. Don't mess it up.
Well, don't forget we got a new show debuting tomorrow night. We got Kill City Cup, and that will be on YouTube. It's probably going to be well produced. I think I did this show about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. So Kill City Cup, you can look them up. Literally, it's at Kill City Cup on Instagram, on Twitter, and we will be debuting on 420.
That's dope.
And I'll be doing live commentary at 10 o'clock on YouTube with them. So
if you tweet it out, tag me on that. I really want to help put it over.
I did. I was having a hard time tweeting it because of the word kill. My tweets just kept disappearing. So all I could do was just throw the pictures up, and that's it. Like stuff just I knew that was going to be the situation.
You know what you could do?
AI is fucking us on social media too.
Do they have an actual Twitter handle?
Yeah, it's Kill City Cup.
Tag the Twitter handle, and when you write Kill City, write K, the number 1, capital LL.
Yeah.
City, C, the number 1, TY. I bet you it'll work for you. Try it.
Yeah,
I know with the workaround, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do, brother.
I know, that's true.
Anywho,
so thanks for all the comments. We're getting some good comments, and
we got some more cheers.
Yeah, we got cheers. Thank you.
Thank
you. Woo!
Yes. Where's John Cena? Where you at?
Boobies.
John Cena.
Yeah, thanks to everybody who showed up. I appreciate it, Jack. Thanks for popping in. So Winona says all religions have the same basic principles when you think of it anyway. It's true. Yeah.
No
it's all
doubt.
about invoking a higher power greater than yourself, no matter what it means, whatever you call it. Yep. Absolutely. So you guys stay sane. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you will get a chance to watch the show tomorrow night. If not, come see me. You can find me on Instagram, Real April Hunter, Twitter at April Hunter and Real April Hunter, and Patreon April Hunter. Right? Where are they finding you?
Well, don't forget patreon.com/the A Show. You can find me on all social media at Big Ray Hernandez. Hey guys, go back. Head over to channelattitude.com if you want to hear some good wrestling stuff from the Russo brand, from HMG, and a whole bunch of other awesome affiliates. It's actually not really expensive, man. Just check out the different price ranges that we have there. And we have all the show HMG replays, so on and so forth. We have a bunch of really cool stuff. So again, it's channelattitude.com. Check it out. We have free shows. If you go to HMG, if you go to Hami Media Group on Twitch, I can't concentrate with those things bouncing in my face. I'm trying. It's okay. I'm used to it. But neither here nor there, guys. Look, we love you. We just love each other, respect each other, have healthy conversations, learn. It's the black.
Yeah, I got a shiner.
My boy Tommy Wonder was like, "Is that you, Ray? What did you do to Ray?
I know.
What did you do to April?" I'm like, "I didn't do nothing to April." Jesus, April would have probably done that to me.
Yeah. I got.
Damn it.
I know, it got me good. This was actually with 3 layers of Dermablend makeup on it. So
Jesus, what happened there?
I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week for another episode of The A Show. In the words of He-Man, I have the power. What do you think?
Woo!
Yes. Love you guys. Really love you guys. Peace out.